Hello and welcome to Math 114. This video is going to cover several sections. So you see this is section 903. You may be in a different section, but it's the same class. So this is your student view in Canvas. So please make sure you watch this all the way through. There's supposed to be a profile picture for me. They made me put up. Anyway, there's my email. There's my cell phone number. I'm not actually on Bossier Parish Community College campus. I'm an adjunct. I teach full-time for a four-year university, but I do live just north of the Alexandria area. But you can text me if you have questions. If you need to meet for some reason, we can schedule a meeting via Zoom. I rarely have anybody that needs any kind of assistance like that. So I'm just going to use this toolbar or navigation bar on the left here. So let's click on syllabus. And I'm just going to go through these items. This right here is the master syllabus that has to be in all the Math 114 classes. This is my syllabus, so let's look at that. All right. Again, my email, my phone number. I do check my email throughout the day. Assignments. Assignments are closed after the due date. All exams and homework can be completed up to 7 days late with a 20% late penalty after that. They're closed. There's no more doing it. Again, the last exam, we can't go past the due date for any of that because I do have to get grades in by a certain time. All right, everything's going to be open once the class begins. Again, just take some time to read through some of this stuff. Majority of your assignments will be completed in my math lab. It's a Pearson product. Some of you may have used it before. Okay, and this is new. So if you've taken this course before, or you've taken other courses with Bossier Parish, these are just some recent changes. And this applies to all our math classes that I'm aware of. All right. You have to have 3 proctored exams throughout the course, each accounting for 25% of your final grade. Proctoring will be conducted through Monitor EDU. These fees for Monitor EDU are already charged to your student account, so you won't be paying out of pocket per se for the testing that already be taken care of. Alternate testing locations will be considered on a case-by-case basis. Obviously, if you want to take it at Bossier Parish Community College, that's not an issue. And then the remaining 25% of your grade will be based on the unproctored assignments. Those are the other exams. You'll have some exams that are not proctored and the homework. But most of your grade, 75% of your grade is going to come off those 3 exams. So this is a departmental guideline. This is nothing I have control of. All right, your homework in my math lab, you can do your homework as many times as you want. You can do each problem individually as many times as you want. If you get it wrong, you can keep doing it until you get to 100%. Even if you get it right and you just want a little extra practice, you can do it again up until the due date. Afterwards, you have to go to the grade book in my math lab and you can click review if you just want to look at the assignments after it's closed. Oh, I will take late homework. I forgot to take that off. Exams cover all material in the class. You'll have 6 chapter exams. They're that way you don't have as much material. If you have absences where you can't take exams, you do need to provide me with some type of documentation, doctor's notes, whatnot, that can be emailed to me. Okay, bonus opportunities. If there are any, I will put it in the announcements area. But this is the category weighting. So exam 2, 4, and 6 are your proctor exams. They count for 75% of your grade. Your homework is 10% of your grade. Exams 1, 2, and 5 count for 15% of your grade. All right. There's some show, no show requirements. There's some important dates here. These are also listed in Canvas. Last day to drop is August 29th, withdrawal November 19th. If you're graduating this semester, you need to let me know. You have to have your final exam due by December the 2nd in order for me to get your grade in time for graduation. Everybody else that is not graduating has to have your final done or your last exam rather, by December the 9th. With that being said, because of these new guidelines, the final exam, the last exam, is not comprehensive, meaning it doesn't cover everything in the class. It just covers the last chapter that you did. So it should make it a little bit easier. Your exam questions come straight from the homework. I don't know how else to make it any easier for you. All right. All right. The following, you need to have a TI-84 any model calculator, and I'm going to show you a cheaper option, which is really nice online. There's an online option. If you have, let's get down here to the ADA information. If you require modifications, you need to get with the school, and here's the contact information right here. Most students I see that have modifications generally just have extended time. If you have a letter coming, it's always good to let your instructors know so that we keep an eye out for it so that we can ensure that we get your modifications in place. You do not have to tell us what your disability is. We can't ask about. But if you do have a letter coming, it's always good to let your instructors know just in case something happens and we don't get it. All right, so that was, let me go back here. Here are your due dates. And this would be good to print up. So these are your due dates. So the first week of class, which we start Thursday, and these due dates are Sundays. So for the first few days, you have two little online assignments you need to do. Just kind of read through things and then register for my math lab. All right, so then the week of the 19th, it would be next week, you have two assignments and they're due by that Sunday and so forth. And you see the exams are bolded. The ones that are proctored are right here. Okay, it'll say proctored. So 2, exam 4, and exam 6. There's nothing to do the week of Thanksgiving break. You can work ahead in this class. It doesn't matter to me, but you can't go back. But you are welcome to go ahead and work ahead. I don't know why it defaults back there. Again, here's the important dates. My contact information is on the home page again as well, in addition to the syllabus. Here's some information. Here's some more. There's my phone number. All right, you don't need to purchase a textbook. Okay, you do actually have access to an ebook, and it's already been charged, okay, to your account. So if you look, you have two things. These are the only two things we're going to do in Canvas is the course requirement agreement and the etiquette discussion. And it's really nice. These are here. Okay, so you do have all your due dates. I know you guys have a calendar in here somewhere. Okay. Nope. It may be on the home page or calendar. And then you see your grade weighting there. So let's just skip to modules. There we go. These are just some information that they generally have for all their classes. If you have any questions, you can post them here. Information about me, navigating the course. This is Pearson. This tells you about registering for my math lab. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is to register, you're going to click on Access Pearson. And then you would open Pearson and go through the registration process. That's going to pop up in another window. But when you need your access code, you're going to go to Brightwave Course Materials. I don't know what's going to pop up here. Because I'm in student mode. You'll have your textbook, you'll click on it, and there's going to be an access code in there. Okay. So let's go back to modules. Worst case scenario, if you don't see your course materials, instead of putting in the access code, you can actually just do a temporary access and at least get in and get working. And there's a way to upgrade that. Like if you register fairly late, you may not have those course materials in here yet. All right. Again, week 1, August 15th to the 18th. It's a short week. Monitor EDU. You do need to read through this. They do have information about how to test. There was a document in here. All right. So just go through there and watch that video. That's where you're going to be testing for exams 2, 4, and 6. Let's go back to modules. And there's more specific information in there in the course requirement agreement. It opens tomorrow morning, but it tells you about the proctoring information that you're going to need. All right, so then when you start on week 2, this is the week of the 19th. Again, you can go ahead and start working ahead. I'm just going to go through this first week and we're going to look at this. So, this is what you need to do. Watch the videos, complete the homework, your learning objectives. You would go to the next page. So what I have here, and I'm going to open this up, or they're called note guides. It says just notes. You do not have to turn these in. You should print them out and take notes because you can use notes on the exams. I guess. So this is what section 5.1 is. Let's go through here. So you would watch the video. You use this to take notes on from the video. And then I would go do homework 5.1. And then section 5.2, watch the video. You use this to take notes on so you don't have to write the problems down. These are the problems that are on the lecture videos. And then go do homework 5.2. I don't recommend trying to do the whole entire note guide for a whole entire chapter at once. Do one section at a time. But each chapter, the note guide is just a single document. Okay. All right, let's go. So there's your note guide. And these videos, like 5.1, 5.2, these are the only two that you'll have this week. Okay. Or the week 2. Again, you're more than welcome to work ahead. And they are YouTube videos. They are my YouTube videos. These lectures match the notes. So just print the notes, go through the video, work the problems out. The notes are just pretty much the problems without the work done or answers. So go through and watch 5.1 with the notes and then go do homework 5.1. Go through and watch the video and take the notes for 5.2, then do the homework for 5.2. Okay. And then you'll hit these links for your homework. So let's go to modules. Let's look at that again. Scroll down. So we were looking at week 2. So the homeworks that are due this week, 5.1 and 5.2. That's the week of August the 19th. Again, you can work ahead. You're like, oh, I did that one day. I'm going to go ahead and do 5.3. And exam 1's not proctored, so there's no password on it. Once you open it, you'll click on the exam and then it'll ask you if you want to start the exam from that point. Just make sure you're on the right exam. If for some reason you're on the wrong exam, and you open it up and you start it, immediately submit it because I can reset it for you. So say you're ready for exam 1 and you click on exam 3, you can't take proctored exams. They have to give you the password for that, for those. Okay, so everything's in order. The calculator we're using is the ATI-84. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay. All right, these are your grades. You see the weighting over here on the right. Again, proctor's exams, those 3 is 75% of your grade. That comes from the math department. That is not anything I have control over. So that's this category here. Your proctored exams are going to carry the most weight. So announcements, we just have one calculator information. So what happens is you're going to click, if you buy the handheld version, mine's red. There are ones, this version, they do have different cup of colors. If you happen to have a handheld version of an 84, that's fine. Okay. If you don't, because if you purchase one of these, I think they run about $145 now. There is an online version, it's $22 with tax. You can use it on the exams, even on the proctored ones. You can use notes on the proctored exams. I'm not worried about that. So here's the link, and let me change my sharing. So when you click on this, it's going to open up and you see it's $20. It's 22 with tax because I purchased one myself. I had to go through the payment process. They will send you an email with a link how to get it up and running, but make sure it's the 84 CE plus. The link is in the class. I'm gonna go back to the class. And once you get that process going, if you need to open the calculator, you can just come back here and click on this bottom one. Okay, that's after you've already paid for it. You have to create a username or put your student email in. Give me a second here. Yep. And it looks, it's 84 plus CE. Okay, so you can use that. And you can take this and make your window smaller. I know I've done this before. And you can work on it from here. And this is the calculator I use in the YouTube instructional videos. Again, those are my videos. They are not just some random person that I threw in there. Right, let me go back here. All right, but again, you can come back here once you're registered and use that link and log back in. So make sure you write down your login information. I use my Bossier Parish email, and honestly, I don't even know what the password is. So, all right, what else is in here? I think that's about it. The other thing about your grades is with Pearson. Actually, we're going to go to Pearson. I have it so it'll sink in like once a day. So once you complete an assignment, it may not be reflected in the grade book until, let me go back over here. It may not be reflected in the grade book. Give me one second. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Yeah. It may not be reflected in the grade book for a while because, again, it's going to be a daily sync, not anything that I do, that it will do it automatically. And I go through and check and make sure it's syncing in and whatnot. So when you're in here, you don't have instructor tools. You have course home. Some students like this. All your due dates in here are actually going to appear in Canvas. Okay. But there's two things I like to use: assignments. Okay, here's everything for the semester. Hopefully my grades match up. So exam one's not proctored. I give you 60 minutes on that. If I remember correctly, I think the non-proctored exams are a little bit shorter, but it does cover chapter 5. And you do get an hour and a half on exam 2. It covers all of chapter 6. So when you go to take that proctored exam, make sure you have those completed notes that I have for you just for chapter 6. And you can use your notes and you can use your calculator. You can use the online calculator. So I'll have it set up in Monitor EDU that you can pull that up. You cannot use a cell phone calculator. Okay. All right. And then you see everything's in order. Exam 4 is proctored. It covers just chapter 8. So you just need to have those notes. Even with the unproctored exams, like exam 3 covers chapter 7. You need to have those notes with you when you do those exams. So I do give you more time on the proctored exams since they do carry more weight. And again, we don't have to have a comprehensive final anymore, meaning the final doesn't cover everything in the class. So your last exam is exam 6. It only covers chapter 10. It is proctored. It says it's due 12/9, but remember, if you're graduating this semester, you need to have it done by the 2nd of December so I can get your grade. Okay. So let's go to, if you finish an assignment and it's closed, student grade book, you can click on review. It'll let you work on the assignments. It just won't change the grade. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to pick one. All right, so this one only has 8 questions. Say I do question 2. Let me make sure this is popping up for you guys. Nope. Let me just do screen share. So it's going to be easier. Okay, so it's going to pop up. You do need to use the calculator for this. There's a special function on the calculator. Some students, you need to pay that $22. View an example. It has these horrible formulas, and it's not necessarily that students can't use it. You get rounding errors. You have to be very careful about how many decimal places you round to. The calculator has a little button. You just put in these numbers, and then it spits out the answer for you. It's really nice. Okay, so again, view the example is going to, here we go. Who wants to use that formula? It's going to use the formula. But again, I'm going to be using the calculator to do these problems. Okay. So that one, and you can work these over and over. This is going to be the wrong answer. It usually gives you 3 attempts if it's not multiple choice. All right. And I got that one wrong. You can see it's wrong, but if I click on it and I go, see, it has the red, that's the correct answer. When I click on it, you can see what I put in. So if I click on similar question, it'll give me one that's similar to what I had, just different numbers, and I can work it again. You don't have to do all the questions at once. You can go through and do it. If you only have time to do 4, then you got to go to work, come back home, finish it. Help me solve this really isn't going to help you unless you're trying to do it by hand, but I don't recommend you do that. Okay. So the lecture notes, the notes that I have in there for you to print up and that go along with the videos, they actually come from these view the examples. Okay, except I don't go through the hand calculations. I show you how to use the calculator to solve this. So it's going to be very similar to the homework that you have. You see, I missed it. I'm at 0%. I can always come back, pick up anywhere, and work on it again. Okay. Let me show you. Click on exam 1. You're like, oh, I clicked on the wrong exam. It has 10 questions. There's your late penalty. So you have to click start test before it will actually start. But it just comes straight from the homework. Again, let me pull that up. It only has 10 questions. Let's look at exam 2. Exam 2, it has to be proctored. You can't even get into the exam, okay, because you don't have the password. The proctors will give you that. All right, and again, if you need to, student grade book. So after it's closed, you can review it. You were reviewing your homework. Any work you do here will not change your score. So after it's closed, that's where you would go if you wanted to practice it again. But again, it will not change your score, but it will let you work on the problems. Don't worry about purchase options. I left accessible resources on here. I don't know if anybody ever uses it. And that's just for me down here, the instructor tools. So once you do finish an exam, if you didn't round correctly, I do actually go through and look at the exams and see what the errors were to see if you can get any partial credit back. This is my view. I have more stuff. There we go. All right. And I think that's about it. We covered grading, how to navigate through the course. Again, the modules are in order. Everything's in order. You can always click here to go through Pearson, or you can actually click just the assignment itself. It's going to take you, let me leave student view and show you what it does. So if you're over here working, you're like, I don't want to go to Access Pearson. That's just one way to get to it. Another way is to click here and it will take you just straight to 5.2. I just need to double check I'm still sharing the screen. Okay. So you can do that. Or if you wanted, you can click the assignment, or you can click, because clicking on the assignment takes it straight to the assignment. If you click Access Pearson and open it, it takes you to the main Open My Lab and Mastering, the main page. Okay. and then you can go to your assignments from there. It's up to you how you want to get in there. And once you see, I worked on this one, but I didn't get anything correct yet, so I'm at a 0%. Right. And I think that's it. Just remember, let's look at the times. Do have the times. Okay. I get up really early. I'm actually up before 6 when school starts up. So I go to bed fairly early. I do get up at 4. Don't call me at 4. I'm not answering. I'm trying to get breakfast and get ready. So if I'm on the road or something, Mondays and Wednesdays are pretty busy for me. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, I have a little more time. So just remember that if you are to text me, give me your name and tell me you're in Math 114. That's all I need to know. I need your first and last name in Math 114. Whatever name they have here in Canvas for you, that's the name you need to give me. Okay, I know sometimes people have different nicknames for their first name or they have different last names. I can't look at your information if I don't have the correct name. So I do need that. And please tell me you're in Math 114 because I do teach other classes where students have my phone number. If I don't know what class you're in, I can't really help you. And if you have any questions after this video, please feel free to use uh, the inbox, the Canvas notifications. I don't know, this little, most students email me from in here, which is fine. So, all right. And I believe we are done with this introduction.